All right, Alec, how you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
Good. I think we're live on the air now after a little bit of technical difficulties there.
Yeah, the real one stayed with us through it.
The real ones. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll have more later. But anyways, I'm sure everybody's in a hurry to find out what's been going on in the markets. I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, so I thought the
All
first thing we
right,
should talk
Alec,
about
how
is
you doing?
Bitcoin. Just I'm good, and yourself?
Good. I think we're live on the air now after a little bit of technical
It started on
difficulties
the
there.
daily. Yeah, the real one stayed with us through it. So
The real
daily,
ones.
we all know the drop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some
Well,
late wave.
I'm sure we'll have more later. But anyways, I'm sure everybody's in a hurry to find out what's been going on in the markets. I'll leave it to you.
3, 4. Yeah, so I thought the
All
first thing
right,
we should talk
Alec,
about
how
is
you doing?
Bitcoin. Just so I'm good, and
yourself?
I was watching
Good.
us to break this swing high right here, but we weren't able to do that on this push up. I'm still looking for the ABC upwards. ABC, if we can break this white resistance here.
Alec, for some reason I kept hearing feedback. I had to turn off another browser that I had open, so we might want to start over on that, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. There was like a feedback loop there.
I say we start with viewer requests. I say we just do that. You know, let the gentleman ask. We start with them.
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
Started off that way, just because they waited.
Is anyone saying anything?
Okay, he said start with BTC, the chart you're on.
Bitcoin, okay.
So I'll continue. Okay. So I zoomed out to a 1 hour just because that's more relevant. Talking about today's drop, right? That's what I wanted to touch on. I saw this last night as a bear flag. This zone right here is a bear flag, and we walked into this resistance, this red resistance up here. We walked into that with very little volume.
Yeah.
Around here, I think we just walked into that with an extremely low amount of volume, and then these wicks, like the wicks just looked terrible. It was almost like if anyone was up at this time, I'm pretty sure it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Something in the morning. I would have, I think it would have been the easiest thing to short. Bear flag, walking into resistance with very, very little volume, and then breaking out of this bear flag downwards.
Yeah.
Which I think it was like from the top, almost a 4%-ish.
Yeah, nice little move.
4% drop. And then something I wanted to note is this region right here that I just made this zone. It's almost like bear traps. We're seeing these long wicks that are being fought back by the bears.
Yeah.
This wick right here, it was almost 2%, and then this one pushed a little farther. But I think that's the same thing that happened right here with this wick. So I think the bulls are defending
that territory.
Defending the 3,900 territory really well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, how many times can we knock on that door before it just falls over?
Exactly.
Yeah. I just feel like every time we test it, we just get closer to breaking it. So, and in general, I think that's a true statement. And I mean, a lot of our viewers, are new traders, and I mean, this type of stuff really can help them in the future. But it's. The more you test a resistance or a support, the more likely it is to fail. It is to fail. I mean, that's just a rule, right? So let's see how many times we can do that.
Yeah, I agree. And then something I'll just watch short term for like Jay and Ryan and the guys in here. I'd like to potentially dive back into a position, maybe a scalp if we break this swing high. Until then, I'm thinking we're still bearish. The swing high around 39.44.
Okay.
And then maybe look to get in.
Yeah.
But overall bias is definitely bear.
Yeah, I mean, today has just been a terrible day, right? For bulls. I mean, some people are bears, and I tend to, enjoy bull markets. just because it's just easy money. But bear markets are where the real money's made by the real traders, right? So, but it just takes patience. It takes patience. All right. So that's your take. That's your take on Bitcoin. Then you're just gonna be.
That's my take on Bitcoin for now. Just a bear biased until we can break this swing high. I do like that they were defending this zone, but like again, volume is relatively quite low. It's been a bloody day.
Yeah.
The market got kind of dumped as well.
Sure, and also, I mean, a lot of this had to do with the run up to the Keys event. There's this guy who I don't know if you heard about it, but there's a guy who says that every January 3rd you're supposed to pull all of your Bitcoin, all your crypto out of the exchange into your wallet, just to test these third parties that are holding our assets. And so it's like this movement. And I think Hit BC or what, that other exchange. I've never used it before, but it's pretty popular. They actually froze people's accounts so they wouldn't be able to take out their Bitcoin because of that event. And I think just all the any uncertainty at this point right now with Bitcoin, the way that it's been over the past year is just gonna reflect in the market the same way Apple's news today it may have caused an overreaction in the stock market today. So you got to technical analysis is great, but I think we also need to look at the fundamentals sometimes and at the news especially, because I'll tell you, a lot of events in Bitcoin occur because of the news. Sometimes it almost seems like it's timed, for a pattern to go in a certain direction. And but you'll be amazed. I remember even last October, Bitcoin was starting to rally and everybody was happy. And then all of a sudden, some news came out from China that they were going to ban crypto or whatever. And I'll tell you, like the markets got rocked. I mean, it was terrible. And I was able to get out on time, because I saw it kind of coming after I saw the news. Because I actually, would have traded that way before, where a big piece of news like that, I see it all over the place.
And then you trade based on it.
Yeah, and I was successful doing it, but. Yeah, that's why I always tell everybody, technical analysis is great. I think it takes you it can take you far. You can make money with it, but you always got to keep your eyes on what's going on. So if you ever see me around on my computer, you'll watch me, go through a million news articles, read them, just test the sentiment out there. I do polling, through my Twitter feed, and. Actually, the poll results, I think that's something I'd like to take a look at real quick before we move on here into some more technical analysis. Let me go into my Twitter feed here.
Yeah, so Jay, you mentioned I'm staring at that bear flag. Is that the bear flag you're talking about?
There we go. All right, so I asked people, are you excited about crypto in 2019? And I got 82% said yes, 18% said no. We had 44 people that actually voted. So that was actually, that's good. People are still excited about crypto despite what we've been through. So that's positive. I mean, this is like a straw poll. Politicians will, grab a sample of, 50, 100 people. And then just based off of that, you can really extrapolate what the rest of the people are feeling, right? And so I also asked, what price will Bitcoin be trading at by April 1st, 2019? And I got, I put 1,500, which is Peter Brandt's prediction, and that's 6% of people feel that way. 3,000, 34%, and 46% said $10,000. 46% said $10,000, and 14% said $20,000. So overall, a lot more bulls than bears. It looks like about 60% of the people are feeling bullish about Bitcoin right now.
It just depends. So who is answering those questions? How much,
I mean, there's a wide variety of people, you know, that follow me that have different views on it. So I don't know. I mean, the ones that answered, that's what we got. And I mean, typically a straw poll, you know, you're just randomly calling individuals and finding out. I'll tell you this because I ran for the House of Representatives here in Florida several years back in 2008. And I mean, that's just basically how you did it. It's just a random poll. But yeah. So anyways, I think
if you want to talk about Bitcoin, it's all you.
Bitcoin. I don't really want to talk about Bitcoin too much today. I really feel like, let me see if I can pull up a Bitcoin chart. Let's see. I haven't even really been looking at it too much. I feel like it's just like in this no-go zone, you know?
I mean that for a little bit.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. There's not much to be trading on a bit off of, you know. We're just kind of waiting to see what the next move is.
Do you think that, like, you know, RSI is starting to gain some strength? Will be nice to see if we can make a new low with the RSI holding a higher low. That'd be nice. Do I believe that'll happen? Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I just see the RSI is I guess we are getting we got a lower low there on this 4-hour chart, or a higher low. Sorry, higher low
On RSI, yeah.
Yeah, and then looking at it from, and I'm just gonna look at it from a 4-hour. I'm not even gonna try to go into 15-minute or anything like that. I think I was explaining this to you earlier this afternoon when we were talking about this.
The MACD?
No, not the MACD. More like the what kind of pattern this actually is. You know, the fact that I think this is a corrective pattern, right? And a lot of other coins are demonstrating the same thing, including the Head and Shoulders, right? Like Litecoin, it's kind of crazy, right? I mean, basically the same pattern. But yeah, you know, where we have this XYZ type complex double Elliott wave combo, you know, where you get a 5 3 3 3 5 up, you know, and I think basically, sorry, that's my 2-year-old. If you heard him, but let me pull up. I mean, if I'm charting this, I haven't really done a chart like you had, but.
You know what Jay said? He's like, I think you need to open more tabs. Oh, that's my guy. I tell him that every day, Jay. Every time we share screens, I'm like, you know what, Alex? I think you need to open up a couple more tabs.
What? Okay, there you go. No more tabs. There, just zoom in. So let me see here.
Okay. Yeah.
So we bounced off the 0.618, right? And
well, would you consider that a bounce yet? If you zoom, can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah. We didn't even test it. It doesn't look like, you know.
Yeah. It's tough just because you're a bit. I'm watching the stream, so it's a bit delayed.
Yeah. Well, plus you're all the way in Canada, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an international show, by the way. So. Let's see here. Where are my Elliott waves? There we go. So I think this is something like this, you know. I think this is what we're going to see potentially. Maybe a little bit lower. And then we're going to complete that correction. And I think that'll take us up here. Somewhere in that region. That's what I think is happening. And, you know, we basically... If we break it down a little closer, we'll see that we got 5 waves up. Okay. And then we're going to correct here. On this ABC, and we're going to get another ABC up. There might be room for a little bounce off of this point of this golden pocket, you know, for us to potentially bounce. I don't know. We could.
Well, the first time we went there, you can see the bounce 618.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, I'm not seeing that this is not completed, right? And this is if this is a corrective wave as an ABC. It should, you know, just be slightly higher than where A ended up off of that correction.
I have a theory. After you're done, I have a theory I'll share with you guys. Something I just saw.
Okay. But yeah, eventually we would get another, whether or not we continue or not, you know, we'll get something probably, you know, like that. We'll bounce off of 0.618 and then continue on our trajectory upwards. Now, that doesn't mean that we're completely out of the woods, right? I mean, I don't really think this bear market is over.
Yeah.
This really, it looks to me like it's.
I don't think it is. I still think it's going.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I mean, this is a corrective pattern, right? Corrective patterns can go up or down, and until I see 5 waves going up with a lot of volume and strength, you know, and we start reaching new territories, I'm going to continue to believe that, you know, sub $3,000 Bitcoin is absolutely possible. You know?
Yeah. Can you go to my screen? I actually have, I just saw something that I haven't seen yet on the Bitcoin Binance chart.
Okay. Let's show these guys.
Let me know when I'm good.
Yeah, if I could get out of here. Okay, there we go. Okay, you're on.
All right, so the first thing like that I have on my Binance chart that I haven't looked at for a bit is this trend line. And we can see like this is bounce right here. Sorry, I gotta bounce right here. So bounce, 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 and now this could be a pending bounce, right? If this holds, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is four times this trend line has acted as support. That's the first thing I see.
Sure.
And then I see now this Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And then we'd have A, B, C.
Yeah.
And now this here, I'm not going to try counting the waves here, but this is kind of what I'm seeing. This could be a ascending triangle. What do you think about that? If this holds and we go back and we retest, there's a little more consolidation, and then we break out. Our first target could be like here. That's something I'm kind of seeing. What do you think?
What can we zoom out and see what a support like from previous? You know, like where are we right now? If you look at the bigger picture,
where are we?
If we look at the bigger picture, you know, like do we have historical resistances there? You know, that would become supports at that level.
What level? What are we talking about?
This level, right here, where you're thinking we're going to bounce out of, or you know, like where's our support?
The trend line support. We're in an ascending triangle potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking. What are you asking? What the support is? I have my support lines drawn.
I mean historical like resistances that would act as support right now.
They're right here. And right here. This one right here. This is support. We broke that. Acted as resistance.
Yeah.
This is support right here.
Well, but
Broke.
This old support that you just highlighted is going to act as a pretty strong resistance. Look at the volume. Do you think that this volume here is going to, produce a move that's going to outdo this?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm just here. I can't. I don't know what you're talking about. I just hear, this support, that support. I'm not sure which ones you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, I mean that's a good theory. If it holds true, we'll get the bounce that I was talking about earlier, right? Based off the Elliott wave analysis. Yeah, it is an ascending triangle. Definitely is.
And I think that's right after the ABC down, and now we're. I don't know. And then you said that the height of the triangle, right, is what you consider the breakout point, or the height of the breakout.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have something like this, and then that would bring us right up to
the level I was just talking about. Yeah. See, yeah, exactly. It's a different. I remember what I've been telling you is that a lot of these patterns are really layman's terms for Elliott wave, right? It's just an easy way to identify, where things could be going without having to actually count the waves.
Yeah. And sorry, it's just when we're not on TeamViewer, right? It's a little bit tougher for me to know. It's tougher to talk.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm just really referring. That's what it is. I'm moving the mouse and you're not seeing it.
Yeah, and because it's so delayed, it's delayed, right? That's why.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so don't worry, man. I still love you. All right, so
I love you too. I was just like, I have no clue what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about.
All right. So, what else? Anybody want to see any other coins besides Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I'm bored by Bitcoin already. This is alt season. Don't you guys know that?
It is kind of alt season. So Jay kind of agrees with me. He says I painted the same chart. So that's nice to hear. I mean, I love Jay's prediction on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin always.
He's artistic too. He paints his charts.
I love it. I love it.
All right, Jay. Awesome.
Exactly, Jay. What Jay just said, the simplest strategies from buying support, selling resistance will complement the most complex, like Elliott wave. And that, Jay, are my 3 favorite ways to trade.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. He took the words out of my mouth.
Support, resistance, and Elliott wave. Those are my favorite ways to trade. Good, Jay and Alex. Fantastic.
Okay.
So
we're all friends here.
We got a request. Yeah, we got a request, and I'm gonna let you do this one, IOTA.
Okay. IOTA. Wow.
I'm gonna ask what time frame. What time frame would you like, David?
I haven't looked at IOTA in like 25 years. I don't know. Let's see. What exchange would he like me to do it on, by the way?
I think Binance would be fine. Can you hear some background noise or no?
No, I hear a little bit of background noise.
Yeah, my brother's having like a party.
Okay. Well, that's not a big deal. All right, Binance. All right. Whoa. Wow. Are you seeing this?
It's going to be a bit delayed. I'm going to leave it all up to you, brother. He said 2-hour Binance.
2-hour Binance.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the 4-hour, and this is incredible. What a chart.
Looks good.
Yeah. Was he in this? Is he? I can't see what he's writing, but just let me know if he's responding. Is he in this?
Yeah, he says 2-hour or 4-hour. Oh my god, that's what IOTA looks like?
Yeah, man. I missed out on this completely. Wow.
Well, tell me what that is from the beginning.
How many Satoshis?
No, just what the percentage gain is.
Oh, yeah.
How have we not seen IOTA?
I don't know.
Look at it. It's barely been dipping.
That's what I get for leaving Binance. I've been trading at other places.
Oh, that could be a bear flag if we break out of that tip. But
that's a 56% move.
Wow.
56%, yeah.
He said, I tried to tell you, Alec. I apologize.
Wow. All right, so let's go to the 2 hour. So I really don't want to look at it from the 2 hour. I want to see what's been happening in the past before I get to my analysis here. But wow. So but pretty strong downtrend that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, and Jay says that could be because it was fundamentally broken and nobody was paying attention to it.
Yeah, and so I guess there's been new developments that have shown some positive light upon it, or
yeah, that is also an ascending wedge. Look how steep that is.
Yeah, I mean that looks like a building that's about to topple over. You know, like. But let's go
push to that resistance historically.
Let's go into it. Let's see. I mean, historically, if we go to the day,
I'm looking at.
I feel like going to the weekly. I want to go to the weekly and see where the hell this thing was before. Oh wow! All right. So
I feel like there was no noise around this when it was pumping.
No, not at all. Nobody was talking about this. I'm really surprised. Like I did not catch this. I typically scan the market every day. I think it's been incremental, like small increments. Is that correct? Like that, it hasn't really just like caught anybody's eye, right? Because we haven't had like this crazy move. So,
see, that's a pretty full market cycle of a coin. Like,
yeah,
look at that.
Look at that. It's got. I think it could still. I mean, if the fundamentals are there, you know, if they've fixed whatever issue they had. That really caused them to tank so hard. I mean, I'm sure that obviously the market being as bearish as it's been over the past year had an influence on it. But you know, some of these coins have had fundamental issues with security flaws, you know, yada yada. And if they're corrected, and you know, and the pros out there, you know, attest to the fact that
look at those indicators. Look at RSI and look at MACD.
Yeah.
David says definitely due for a pullback, and I mean, definitely zooming in.
The funny thing about this is the weekly RSI isn't even at 50, Alec.
I know, but like definitely when you zoom in on those lower time frames, it is due for a pullback. You know.
Yeah.
It's just. On the weekly, though, it doesn't even look like anything, you know?
I mean, I've seen crazier, right? So, nothing surprises
you see that
me.
April? See, April?
Yeah.
April low. Can you draw a resistance line there? And then, sorry, I'm still delayed on your... Draw a resistance line, and then I'm wondering how much percentage that would be up to that.
Yeah. If I can get this to go again.
Yeah, no worries.
Something's happening here. Okay. There it is. All right. Okay. So. That's our initial trend line there. Are you drawing?
Yeah, I
like. I'm just at a loss. Like I had to even analyze this.
Oh, that trend line is, yeah, that's a.
I feel like that's the original. Like that's the real trend line right there. You know, we're kind of floating. I think possibly in this channel, this ascending channel, right? That's gonna kind of look like this.
Or a bear flag. I think I know which one you're about to put out there.
Huh? Or a bear flag, right? So, I mean, it could look something like that, you know. It doesn't have to be perfectly parallel, you know, but it's pretty parallel. So it's an ascending channel, right? I mean, I guess it's the way I would look at it right now. And I mean, there's. Would you say this is a good entry, a bounce here? No, right? I mean, I wouldn't say so because I mean it's just so unpredictable what could happen here. I mean, I would honestly, if I was not in this before. If I was in it, I would have taken my profit already, you know? And if I wasn't in it and I was considering getting into it, I would be waiting for some strong confirmation to break out of this parallel channel here. You know?
Yeah.
So if that's what they're asking me, you know, like what would I do? That's what I would do, you know?
Jay says you have the classic stair-step volume, and that is what you have. Right on the most recent, that's just decreasing stair volume.
Yeah.
Which is bearish, I would say, you know.
Which is bearish. The OBV, you know, seems like it's, you know, it's starting to point downwards. There's the RSI, our MACD. I've got it covered up here, but let's see. Yeah, this MACD indicator actually shows you when we have a crossover. The red ones are bearish. The green ones are bullish. So we have a bearish crossover on the MACD. I wouldn't say that the MACD is overbought, though. I'll tell you that right now. And the RSI is still in bullish territory. It's it's above 50 on a 4-hour chart. It's at 58. You know, so it's not overbought and it's definitely not oversold. You know, it's just like in this zone, you know, in a bullish zone, actually. So, like I said, I mean, if I wasn't in it from before, there's so many other, and that's the way that I trade, right? I mean, I'm going to look at different setups for different coins, and this is not a setup that I'm, like, extremely interested in, you know, because I think it's going to make me rich, right? I'm looking at this as a potential failure, you know, of this very nice move. If I would have been in it, I've been very happy to have taken my profit already. And, I mean, just from the decreasing volume, you know, I don't think that there's much left in this, you know. And if
very interesting though.
Yeah, and
sometimes it's easier to ride a coin that's just going up than fight the trend downwards, and that might be what's going on here. Although I do think, you know, it's not something I would hop into. Yeah, definitely not something I'd hop into, but it's
So like I said, I mean, obviously he likes the coin, right? And that's why he's asking us about it, and he's excited. I hope he was in it, and I mean, I would have taken some profit, at least, you know, 50% off the table, you know, off the bat on a move like that. Okay, and then I'd be waiting to see if there's a potential bounce off of this channel. I mean, I would fully expect it to go down and test this. It hasn't been tested yet. This would be the second touch, and then if we bounce from there, then we have confirmed that we're in a parallel channel. At this point, we're just assuming we're going to create one. And if it fails, of course, you know, you made the right move by selling 50%. As soon as it fails and you see a lot of volume coming in, you get out of the position. You know, that other 50%. If it goes up, I wait for confirmation that we break out of this channel with conviction, and that means I want to see bars like this on the volume. Okay, and that's how I would play it. Whose question was that?
You switched to me, David. He actually had to go.
Okay.
Halfway through that. But if you switch to me, I can tell you what I'm seeing, kind of.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to take your.
I went to a 1 hour, and like the channel is just beautiful.
Okay.
Let me know when you switch.
Yeah, you're on.
So I see this, like this is, excluding this first pump, this was just Bitcoin, right? It looks almost parallel, almost exactly the same, this move. I'm looking at the second one where Bitcoin did not move like this, or Ethereum. Neither of them moved like this.
Yeah, no,
so this
didn't.
is such a nice parallel channel, and I mean, we have so many bounces. 1, 2.
Wow, zooming in, and I'm really glad you did this because, and it's not
a totally different perspective.
Yeah, it's not the first time that that this happens, right? Where I'm looking at a higher time frame, and you know, you zoom in,
I go lower,
or vice versa. You know, I think
so.
Yeah.
I think this.
So I mean,
This right here
doesn't
could even
it's
be a
too long to be a bear
symmetrical.
flag though, right? I don't know.
No, this is too long, I think. I mean, this is a 1 hour though, right? So
Yeah.
the more you zoom out, the more it will seem like one. But like, say you play, say you. I see this as a potential symmetrical triangle. You know, we're getting rejected, rejected, support, and this. If this acts as support, we could break up
Oh
and
yeah,
test. You know,
the top of
test
the channel.
upwards.
And
Exactly.
what is
And
that? Was that a 4% move? 3%?
that's up 3.5, and then I'd consider this a fake out right here. It's a fake out, and then strongly rejected back into the channel. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But see this candle, how this closes right here. I think how this closes will really determine it because this candle looks very bearish, just like this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, or it could be this momentum turning here.
Well, I mean,
This candle, something similar to this one.
I don't know. I mean, to me that looks like a classic doji, which is a reversal pattern of the
Reversal.
previous trend,
Yeah.
which is
Because
down.
look at this one. Look at this one.
Yeah, those dojis. Sometimes the doji doesn't mean anything. Like I mean, right there in that
Yeah.
middle
Yeah.
one there.
Yeah, right here.
No, between the two big green candles.
No, definitely though. I put an alert right up here actually to catch it if we break upwards because I think there is a chance that we might. I think there is a chance we might decrease in volume, maybe, you know,
For a 4%
someone's
for a 4% gain.
for 4%, yeah. I put an alert up here. Be probably less, maybe a 3%, yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's the iota, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's just chugging along there on this in this channel.
I'll
Man,
be
it's
watching.
yeah, a lot of opportunity there. I kind of hope Pal does this.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a beautiful uptrend.
Well, bless anyone who had access to IOTA before and was holding some of that coin. All right.
Anything else? Any other requests? Any other?
Litecoin, Litecoin. How many people are in the chat right now?
I have 4 people watching. That's what it says.
Okay.
What is his name?
Get those numbers up.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, I say we just go into something like Ethereum or...
Yeah, go. Feel free. Take it away.
Okay. By the way, while I'm pulling that up, I think ADA has been showing some resilience.
I think it has too. I saw some tweets about it.
What am I doing? Forgot how to pull up a chart. There we go. So I'm going to do Ethereum on Binance, okay?
Yeah, that's what I would recommend.
And looking at a 4-hour chart here. So this shows us, that we've essentially started to break out of this downtrend here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and draw my fibs. This is such a tough one to really...
I think right now where we are at, it's very tough. What I have on my chart.
It's like everything's tough.
I have a fib retracement that seems like 236 is acting as very hard resistance. It's not like the full one from the bottom to the top, but that's what it's a little smaller one I have.
Yeah, I mean, and like if you look at it on a 4-hour, what's the time frame you're looking at?
1 hour.
Oh, 1 hour. Okay. I mean, wow. Where do you even start here? Is this the move?
I think it actually may have broke out of this downtrend. A potential bull flag, actually. Because I see a retest that is producing a pretty big green candle.
Are you looking at the hourly?
Yeah. So that drop, that latest drop, that one red candle that you have,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at on the hourly. I'm gonna set an alert if we break above.
So you say this right here is a bull flag?
I don't see it. It's just delayed. It's so tough.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I mean, it certainly has the characteristics of a bull flag.
Because I see the breakout, and then we had this wick that just retested it perfectly, and we're sitting in a big green candle right now.
On the hourly, you see a big green candle? Let me see. Let me zoom in there.
Not a big, just like a decent sized one.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I do see some increasing volume a little bit on these last two candles from the previous ones.
Flag,
but overall, I mean, if we were to take, and I really need to get this indicator up, and I think so should you, and anybody out there, the moving like the volume average. It's yeah, it's like an oscillator, you know. And I'm sure that if we had that up, you would see that the volume is just like fizzling out.
Yeah.
You know, even though these last two candles did have a little bit more volume, I think overall on average. So, I mean, a retest of the bottom of that bull flag.
See, my bull flag, I have mine as it already broke out. That's what mine looks like, but interesting.
Oh, you have yours as having already broken out?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Oh, I'm on BitMEX.
There you go. And so I think that might show you, like, you know.
What might happen, actually?
Well, two ways that I guess you can approach that, right? Either you're getting a prelude, you know, to what's going to happen, or BitMEX just has a lot more wicks and fake outs because it's on leverage and people get wiped out, you know. So one or the other. I don't know. I like the RSI. I love the hourly MACD crossover there. That is super bullish. Yeah, that is super bullish. So, yeah, if I'm trading on Binance,
it's actually a pending crossover.
Oh, the crossover already occurred on Binance here, and let's look at your chart. Let me pull yours up here. What are you looking at? All right, let's see.
So, I'm looking at this. So see this bear flag? Like I have this as we got rejection, and then we broke out, and then this retest right here, which seems like that's a bullish candle, like, you know.
Oh yeah,
bulls
sure.
won that fight. And,
absolutely.
But look at this fib level here, 236. This has caused, like, look at all these candles that got rejected.
Yeah.
And then even now this wick is a bit scary.
But it should act as a pretty good support if we can break out of there at some point.
If we can break out, yes.
Yeah.
So I set my alert up here, if you see. I can move it down just a little bit to catch if we break out. That's what I want to do, catch a breakout right here. Because I'm not going to trade in this zone.
Yeah, absolutely not. I think trading here right now is just absolute you know,
Mm-hmm.
chaos. I mean, I wouldn't be able to leave my seat all night long, you know. um, but
And actually,
yeah,
that hourly just closed on BitMEX, and that wick is like that. So we'll have to see.
yeah. Yeah, again, BitMEX, you know, they tend to have these like massive fake outs that just like demolish people that go long in those types
Yeah,
of situations.
100%.
So, which you know, for those that do trade BitMEX, and I'm sure somebody does out there, it's sometimes good to do a little extra homework, you know, and look at other exchanges and what's happening over there, you know, especially a high volume exchange like Binance. But yeah, I see possibly a retest of the bottom of that channel, you know, and a huge wipeout there on BitMEX. I mean, recall that I told you earlier that I thought Ethereum was going to actually
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
go down into the at least 100,
110,
100
120.
well, even lower. I mean, I was thinking like 110, 115, but I mean, that's where I would enter, right? I mean, I wouldn't try to catch. I'm never trying to like find the exact bottom or the exact top. You know, I'm trying to get in when I believe in my analysis. I'm trying to get into a position, so I'll typically set my buy order a little bit higher. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
just in case. You know, but I'm actually seeing your jury
What I'm writing.
deliberations. Yeah.
I just want to update the people who are not, tuned in while we're doing this, just so they can see what we were doing.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Good job.
Yeah, because I can't really see what you're talking about. That's the one thing we will need to figure out.
I mean, I can't tell
just
you
'cause
how
of the
great it is
delay.
to have you join Bookkeeper here and help us out. It's really great.
Hey man, I appreciate it. No, I just wish I could. We'll have to figure out the delay thing for next time. Just because I wish I could be conversing with you when you're doing your charts, but it's a bit tough because I think it's like a 20-second delay or so, 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's why I like the team viewer, but because we
Yeah,
can just basically control
yeah.
each other's screens, and there's no delay there.
We'll
But
bring that. We'll be better every time.
okay. All right, so next coin. Actually, I haven't really finished with Ethereum. I want to actually go into my theory of why it's going to go down there.
Hear some background noise?
Yeah. It's like a party going on over there. We weren't invited.
Might have to You're always invited. I might have to mute my mic here and there.
All right. Ow. I mean, I really don't mind the background noise. I mean, I'd rather be able to bounce off ideas with you. So.
Okay.
It's not that bad. Now we're being loud over here. I've got a 2-year-old, so don't worry. All right, so measuring this, are you able to see like the chart now? We're zoomed in.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be a bit behind. I have it here when you're drawing your Elliott waves, I think.
Okay, good. All right, so I see a 5-wave structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd call it this. Let me get an ABC. Let me get another ABC. And then we should get another ABC. All right. We'll probably end up landing somewhere around here. Now this is against Bitcoin, and that's why this is throwing me off. Right, and then we should continue up from there. So, but this is the price action against Bitcoin. I wanted to look at Ethereum versus the dollar. That's what I really wanted to take a look at. Let's see if that'll help us here. This should really highlight what I'm talking about. So what I've been trying to say is that, you know, after this long downtrend that we've had, this looks to me more like this kind of structure. Right, where we get a complex correction.
Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. It would be great if you talked about the cup and handle too that you see that you brought up earlier. That was a great.
The cup and handle. I don't think it's really as defined here as it was on. Yeah, it was more defined on BitMEX's chart.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Binance right now, but this aspect of it is, you know, definitely coinciding with both exchanges. Yeah, where we get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, type of move up, and then it's followed by an ABC. This is where the complex correction comes in, right? ABC, ABC, ABC. And that's why, you know, I'm thinking $120 around there. Could be go even lower, but just to be conservative, because we might have, you know, we could have some support down here in the $120 something range, and
so it seems like a bullish chart. Right?
And it is a bullish chart, but it's not bullish right now. You know, so not the time to go long, I don't think.
Okay.
You know, I think we could potentially get, you know, something like that up to the $175, $180 area, and that's pretty much a completed XYZ. Or I'm sorry, WXY correction, right? So, and which consists of 5 waves up, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then another 5 up to complete the corrective pattern.
So it goes 5. Sorry. XYZ. WXYZ. WXY.
Yeah.
XY. How does that go? Sorry. What's the count? 5. 3, 3, 5.
I believe so. Let's see. 5, 3, 3, 3, 5.
Yeah, so chat does seem a little dry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're really just and I mean, this is honestly when we go live, it's you know, it's not like this big production, this big show. It's really about it's about technical analysis. You know, it's about going into how to actually chart. And you know, our viewers, if they were experts, wouldn't be watching us. They'd be doing their own charts, right? So, I mean,
and differing opinions, you know, differing styles, all great. You know, I've learned so much from just looking at how you chart, and I'm hoping you learned things from the way I chart.
Oh, I absolutely have. I think you're terrific. You know, you see things that I don't see.
Exactly. We're same with you.
And so, but yeah, so with corrective waves, it's usually a 5, 3, 5. A 3, 3, 5 is a, you know, for a flat, or a 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. You know, double threes, triple threes. Those are the combined structures, the triple threes, right? So
Okay.
what you have here is a combined structure of a 5-3-3-3-5. You know,
No, I see that for sure. The 5 waves up, and then you have an ABC down, ABC up, and now the 5. Yeah.
So, which places Ethereum at 100? I mean, this is like the ideal coin. I know, like, you know, BitMEX is. A lot of people don't like it, but because it's so risky. But man, I mean, this is like a perfect setup for a short and then a long. I mean, can you imagine the profits on that? You know, I'm very tempted. Very extremely tempted to do it. So I'm just waiting for that B wave to, you know, fall into the C wave.
Yeah,
to make
for you.
to put in my short, you know, right around here. So, you know,
around the B.
Once that B starts to fail, and I see that we're getting into that C wave, I'm going to short it. I'm going to short it all the way down to where I'm telling you, and I'll just use 5 times leverage or something, you know. So I'm not risking too much, and if it turns around on me, I'll cut my losses at 10%, but that's a huge gain potentially. And then once it hits that bottom, I'll just. I really think 110's in play, you know. But you're gonna have to pull the trigger at some point, right? So again, I'm not over leveraging myself, and I'm thinking maybe like at around $120 or start opening up positions at 5 times leverage, you know, and then ladder down. But I definitely think that this is not over from the bullish perspective. But I think we're gonna have a short term. Corrective.
Yeah, so just so you know, the that Ethereum got rejected very hard after that wick that I was talking about on BitMEX. It's almost down probably 1% now.
Oh, this is fun. All right, let's see.
It's almost down 1%.
Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, so remember this wick that I was talking about? This wick is a bit scary. And then look at this.
Oh, okay.
So like that's how I would trade, you know, if we were just trading, like.
Yeah.
I see that wick, I'd probably...
Yeah, well, I think you were talking about the wick up top, right? Yeah, that wick was powerful. That was a bullish wick, the one you just showed.
This one?
Oh, we have a lag, that's why. I keep forgetting about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that one looks terrible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so...
I want to check out Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Just because now I'm in it, so I should be checking it.
Yeah, you definitely should. And trust me, even though we may not have a lot of people in the chat right now, you'd be surprised how many people end up viewing this on Twitter. So, I'm sure we're going to be helping out a lot of people.
As long as it holds over 340, I'm okay. You know, and I'll stay in. Any lower, I might get a bit scared.
340, yeah.
Yeah, like 340, it's okay for me. This right here, even.
We're at 347 now. Okay. Yeah, 347 seems like it's just been range bound in that 340 to 360 kind of range there. I definitely don't see any reason to be bearish on this, in terms of the project itself and what it represents and what they're doing, and
And I strongly think that this consolidation between what you just said, like right here, 360 and 340. I forget what your numbers were, but this could be the accumulation. Just people accumulating here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it looks like distribution at that level, right? I mean, who's going to be distributing? Like, what they're going to distribute? What they sold, what they bought more expensive earlier.
Yeah.
So definitely an accumulation zone.
Sitting in that, I'm fine with sitting in that zone.
I mean, that zone is like tremendous opportunity, because if you can, like, on shorter time frames, like really nail down. You're on a daily, start nailing down like potential channels, that we were trading in. Maybe you should take a look at that, because the profit potential there is sometimes bigger than these huge spikes that everybody tries to FOMO into and usually gets like destroyed on. I mean, the name of the game is accumulation, and not accumulating by bringing in more fiat money, but accumulate by trading within that channel and gaining more and more coins for free. You know, I mean, it's if you do that for a while, sometimes we can lay in these channels for a long time. You know, and we just play it against Bitcoin and keep getting more and more coin. And
I kind of like that. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm drawing here.
Yeah, it looks like a falling wedge on the on an
falling
hour.
wedge with an ABC maybe, and this is kind of picking up. I mean,
I really like this falling wedge with an ABC correction after a 5-wave impulse.
Yeah.
With RSI ticking up, knocking on the door of 50, if not there already. Right?
Yeah, 45.
Yeah, looks really bullish. I mean, that thing is like...
And then look at the resistance here, how well that's resistance held, and then the support. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the MACD, you know, the crossover there. The histogram looks like we're about to go into green territory.
Literally, yeah.
Sure. What else could I say? The OBV? Where's the OBV? OBV?
Yeah.
I could ask for more.
I could ask for more. Me too.
Yeah.
Maybe a falling wedge on OBV?
Maybe.
I'm kidding.
Well, why not? I mean, it's
it
looks like a real nasty one.
Out, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like it could have broke out from this resistance, and then we broke out. Maybe a retest. Look at that.
Let me see the volume. Volume's increasing on that.
Yeah, on a 1 hour.
Oh wow, and we're like right there.
Yeah, I think if we can...
This might break... go to like a 15-minute... I mean, this
really,
is something to like watch right now. This
this
is exciting. Hold on, let me get my trading account open. Like, wait, what have we discovered here? Good call. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to miss the Raven boat either. I've been toying around with other coins.
Look,
but
this is... If we get above 348, if we just beat 349, we're out. Like, we're out, I think, and we're going to be pushing.
Yeah, not even. I mean, we got to wait for confirmation, though, right?
Oh, confirmation. I know. Yeah, you're right.
So, what kind of confirmation? You know, so crypto world, I think it's like you take time and you compress it all into like a month and a day kind of thing. You know, for like regular markets, like what kind of confirmation do you look for? Like, are you waiting on an hourly for the confirmation candle? Or are you waiting on a 15-minute?
I'd wait for like a nice bullish candle to finish, because right here, this candle, though it looks pretty nice, right? It actually doesn't show much, because every one of these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they all actually looked like that at one point.
Yeah.
You know, and they closed. So I think if we don't break above 349 up here, I'm not really. That's breaking above 349 would be a bit of confirmation, and then say we retest. I'd look for maybe a retest.
A retest. Okay, where it closes above on a close, right?
A close is above, yeah.
On what time?
Nice.
But my question is, what,
1 hour.
like on a 1 hour or on a 15-minute?
Oh no, I'd zoom into a 15-minute and start watching that.
On that kind of thing.
Especially
okay.
if you're looking to get in, for sure.
And what just happened there?
348 now.
Is that your screen? Or?
What are you talking about?
Oh, there we go. Okay. No, something just popped up on my screen. Yeah, I would definitely take a look at this. This is a really nice setup. Yeah, this is like a dream. This is actually like a dream setup, Alec.
I agree. Like, I haven't seen one of these in so long.
I kind of man, I should have gotten in this position before half the world just found out. Like,
I wish
we're that popular.
I wish I wasn't in already. You know.
You're in, aren't you?
I am in. I wish I could get in like very soon. You know.
Oh, you've got bullish bias. You shouldn't even be giving an opinion. Full disclosure, he owns some of this. No, but honestly, like all jokes aside, this is a hell of a bullish chart.
I agree. See, like this candle still no confirmation, but I do like the
But I mean, look, there's 40 minutes left on that.
Exactly.
There's 40 minutes left on that hour. How does that? Let's look at the short time frame, like 15-minute.
You want to go? You want to go pull it up and see what you're thinking?
No, man, you've got it spot on. There's no reason. Like, there's nothing
Okay.
else to see, you know?
Yeah, so it's just this 348. It seems like we cannot, right? It's just like a rectangle here,
Yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little rectangle going on. But I think, look at this. This is higher lows in RSI. I think that's a fantastic sign.
There we go.
Every single one.
For all,
high.
for those of you, you know, who are used to me giving TA, like this, Alec is one of the best RSI analysts I've seen. So,
Thank you.
if he says if he says RSI looks good, I believe him. No, but yeah.
Look at this. Don't you think this? And like price is staying the same, you know?
Yeah. Higher low, higher low.
Higher low.
Higher low.
There's literally nothing here that's like...
That's called bullish divergence.
Exactly. That is literally bullish divergence 101.
And so that is lining up on the 15-minute chart with a hell of a bullish hourly chart in terms of oscillators and indicators.
Look at OBV. Look at OBV.
OBV is doing the same thing, showing divergence. All right.
Wow.
Excuse me, fellas. I'm going to make a trade.
I'm going to go buy.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm going to go buy live on the air. That's what I'm going to do.
I'd wait a tiny bit for you, maybe a tiny bit of confirmation. Maybe you can ladder in at 345.
I honestly don't even want confirmation, to be honest with you. Like, I don't want to miss this move. It's gonna be violent. It's gonna explode. Like, look at it.
It looks so good.
What could go wrong?
Like, seriously, indicators wise, say we're wrong about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally fine with being wrong, just because everything in the world's telling me that it's about to break out.
The only thing that could happen is that Bitcoin collapses right now. That's the only thing. But I mean, let's take a look at Bitcoin. That's how I make these decisions, by the way. Like, I mean,
you take a look. You take a look. I'm gonna watch.
I'm a little bit more aggressive, I think, than you are in terms of like of taking
trading
risks. You know, especially when not stupid risk, but like calculated risk, you know, with tight stop losses. Like, I'm more prone probably than you to enter now, you know,
yeah.
Rather than wait and it get away from me and I missed like 5%. You know,
if I could ladder in more here, I would.
You know, because either way, like if it doesn't work out, I'm still a long-term holder of this coin, right? So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and make a trade real quick. Don't mind me, guys. Are you seeing my Bittrex account now, or are we still seeing?
See, it's still on mine. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay,
but it could be delayed, you know.
Oh, that's good. No, I'm gonna leave it on yours. Is it still on yours?
Yeah.
I don't want these guys to see how many millions I've got. I always dream of, like, imagine those people that mined Bitcoin from day one. You know, like the guys that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, isn't it?
Could have been me and you, eh? I would have been an infant.
Isn't it sick? You know, and you're like, oh man, how do these whales have so much money? They mined it. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a dream come true. Although I mean, I would like to see how many people actually held it after it got to $100 that had gotten it, you know, thousands of them when they were worth nothing. Like, who held it, you know?
Yeah, I know. People did, though.
Kind of like, and that's why the whole hodl mentality, right? Like, I mean, those people that sold, they must be kicking themselves in the ass.
I know. Think about someone selling at like 100.
I know. It's like, it's crazy. You know? By the way, while you're doing what, are you getting into a trade too, or because if you want, if you want to take a look at something else, or maybe PAL, or while I'm doing this, just so you know, we don't want to leave our viewers just hanging there.
Jay just came back. I think he's might be the only one.
Okay, well, that's okay. You know, really, like, I do this for the public. You know, whoever wants to watch it can watch it, and a lot of people end up watching it later on. You know, they weren't able to make it. Maybe they're busy. You know, so don't worry about that.
shared it with Slack. I'm gonna run this through with you, Jay, just one more time, what I'm seeing, just because you just came back. So, look, if we go to a 1 hour, right, I'm counting 5 waves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we hit resistance and, you know, we get rejected. But then we get into this falling wedge going down where I see 1, 2, 3, you know, volume's increasing, okay, with no really price increase. MACD hourly is about to. Oh yeah, and that support line, I took it off just because it was a really big support. I drew it on the daily, so I'll draw that back for you. Right here, yeah, this one right here, definitely support. I just drew it in green and then it covered it up when I was on the hourly. So go back to the hourly. I see what you're saying, Jay. I see what you're saying, Jay. So look, sitting on support, right? Support right here. We have 5 waves up. Falling wedge with I count A, B, C coming down. Pending breakout, you know. So, you know, put an alert up here. Pending breakout. Let me add that alert. And then now look, when you zoom in on a lower time frame, Jay, look what I'm seeing, okay? So we're in this rectangle of just bouncing in this 1 Satoshi or 2 Satoshis range between 346, 348. But look at RSI, right? The RSI low was here. Like this was the low. And we're sitting at higher low, higher low, higher low. When we look at price, we don't see any of that. There's literally nothing, none of that. We look at OBV increasing. Like this looks perfect to me, you know? Just maybe we consolidate for a bit, but like I have to see us breaking upwards. I just have to. I don't know. I'm super bullish right now. I think for good reason, considering all the indicators that just look fantastic. I'm wondering how much this could be.
Yeah, I think I'll take 100,000 of those.
I mean, everything looks good. I don't know what else to include.
Let's take a look at PAL.
I'd try laddering in, if I were you, Alex. I'd ladder in just to be safe. Have a buy order at like 345. PAL is your baby. You take a look. It's okay if I walk outside and
Yeah, sure, yeah.
see what's going on in my household.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
All right. All right, guys. I'm just trying to make a quick trade here. I'll be right back. All right, anything else? All right, let's get back to this. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at PAL. Something we've been watching, and wow. Actually posted a chart about this a while back in December. It's played out really nicely so far, but we're running into some weakness right here. Now we have slipped beneath this trend line before on PAL, and we got back in it. It wasn't as bad as this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see what I'm seeing here is I don't really like it too much. And the reason I don't like it is it looks like more like an impulse wave down. 1, 2, 3. Maybe not. Hold on. Sorry. One. See, but no, I don't. That would violate Elliott wave principle because we'd go back into the first wave, the fourth wave. So that's actually not an option. It actually looks more like it. It was looking like a falling wedge, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Typically, falling wedges are more like these complex Elliott wave corrections. So we broke out of that, but then it looks like it just keeps following it down. You know? Looks like it just keeps following it. And this has become a pretty strong resistance. Because even on the breakout of the falling wedge, it wasn't able to get back into the ascending triangle. So, of course, the volume on this is so low. You know, this is such a low market cap coin, and the volume on this is so low. Look at this volume. I mean, look at the bull volume and look at the bear volume. And yet the price just is able to fall so much on so little volume. And so that leads me to question, you know, exactly what's going to happen here. If I'm counting my waves, you know, I would say we got something like that. That was our corrective wave up, and now we've started another leg down. So this is my bearish take on it. You know, 129. We're about 137 right now. My bullish take on it would be that it's not this ABC. And it's not this ABC either. That's impossible. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna hit the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level that I drew a really long time ago, and we apparently. We've tested it before. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the only thing bullish about it is that we broke out of, I guess, this falling wedge, but then we found so much resistance here on very little volume too. And I mean, there's always more bullish volume, it seems, than bearish volume, but yet the price is able to fall. And so, again, this is a coin that, I mean, has so little volume. Let me take a look at what the volume was like today. I think it was something ridiculous, like 5 Bitcoins. Okay, I mean, that's the volume of this coin right now, right? So we have to take that into consideration. And I mean, the reason I'm in this coin is because I fundamentally believe in its potential, and I'm a long-term holder of this coin, and I don't really, I'm not really scared by this type of breakout of this triangle, just because of the fundamentals behind this coin and what they were able to achieve. Being a PayPal incubator graduate to me is huge. The market cap is at $2.5 million. You know, so to me, this is a good investment regardless. Now, a better entry point right now, if you haven't gotten in yet, I would probably be looking at 129 Satoshis and then 113 Satoshis after that, if that fails. But likely you'll get a bounce off the 0.5 level, I think. And
Hola.
Hey, man, I've just been
I'm sorry.
Talking to myself here for a little while.
I know, there's honestly a party going on in my house.
Oh, is that what it is?
I should probably get out soon.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Well,
you know, I think we've been live almost an hour 50 minutes.
2 hours?
No, like an hour 50 minutes, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
So just something I wanted to update you. Sorry if I cut you off. Bitcoin ascending triangle is still holding.
Okay.
Which is very, very neat.
How about Ethereum?
Ethereum. I honestly, I don't even know what's going on with Ethereum right now. Like, it's totally untradeable personally. I don't know. I don't know. Ethereum, not quite sure.
Okay. The last thing I would love before you leave is to take a look at PAL. I just went over PAL.
Okay.
And I was just looking at it, and we broke out of that. So we had a falling wedge.
Oh, we broke out of the ascending triangle. Yeah.
I've got it up on my screen. I'll give you a chance to get yours up before I switch over.
I have it on. You're good.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I'm quick.
All right. So yeah, I'm not looking at the 4 hour. So maybe you have a different perspective.
You were looking at the 4 hour?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say, for me,
that swing low.
We broke out, but this support here, that's still, as long as we stay above, I'm bullish. RSI increasing.
Higher lows.
Higher lows on 4 hour, which is huge because, oh, look at this. Look at this. Lower low in price action, right?
Yeah.
Higher low. That's bullish divergence.
The volume is so low, man. It's like today 5 Bitcoin worth of this stuff was trading. You know,
that is so low.
Yeah,
that is so low. Bullish divergence though, and for me, as long as we stay above this white line, I'm okay with falling out of the ascending triangle. But like, it's been a pretty dark drop. Like,
I will tell you this though.
Maybe this acting as support. Yeah.
You know, I think I shared with you yesterday, or the last time we had a video, that I mined Raven, you know, from the beginning. And I'll tell you, having mined it from the beginning, having seen it not even on an exchange, then see it get listed on an exchange, see the volume on that exchange, which was nothing, you know, in the beginning. And then to see like that go from that and in 1 year be number one on Binance in terms of volume against Bitcoin for like a week straight was pretty exciting. And so I would get discouraged because it's low volume right now. I think I don't know. I think they need to do a better job of marketing the coin, you know. But in general, the project is great. I mean, they're meeting all their deadlines ahead of time. They have their roadmap, and they've never missed a deadline. You know, they're just delivering and delivering and delivering, and that's what you want to look for in this bear market. You know, is companies that are actually going out there and just doing it, regardless of price, regardless of anything, and getting it right. You know, because those are the ones that are going to survive. Those are the ones that are going to make people rich. You know, it's not, you know, these glam and fame, you know, glam and fame, like BS coins out there that really serve no function. I mean, these guys are attacking the insurance market, for God's sakes. You know, I mean, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you know, if we can, they're not breaking into it through the blockchain. You know, and it's I don't know, it's pretty exciting.
Pal, though, you know, this could be considered a
falling wedge is what I said.
Falling wedge with a potential, like this green candle would be the breakout, but more like a fake out, right? Because it got hard rejected, and then now I don't know, pending retest maybe. I don't know. Only thing for me that looks good is RSI, and the support. Support right here is pretty good, right?
Yeah. So
something I can't play. I'm not even on Bittrex, so.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, well, so what I'm saying is this. Let's go back to my chart real quick. Where I have it. Pal. I'll just wait till you're able to see it. Are you able to see it now?
Yeah. No. I just gotta get going soon, so
let me
know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Well, I mean, if you got to go, then we can just cut it short. But I was just saying, you know, we had this falling wedge. You know, it looks like a triangular, correction here. We broke out of that falling wedge.
Same thing I said.
Huh?
Same thing I said.
Yeah. Exactly. And then, you know, we get this ABC here, which is, let's see, is super extended. So we could be facing another ABC here. After we already had that ABC, you know, and end up at 129, 113. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. If 129 doesn't hold,
that's kind of an invalidated
support.
ABC, at least in my eyes. I think that's invalidated.
This one?
Yeah, the one you drew. That B is lower.
But no, so the ABC.
Oh, not that. The
ABC,
one you just had.
ABC up, and then you see what I mean? Like the C ended up a little bit higher, so that does fit an ABC flat type correction, you know, and then there at ABC. My C ends up over here. I mean, let me just put this back so you see what I'm talking about. See what I mean? Just using Elliott wave there. But I really like your support.
Yeah, that one's been holding pretty well.
I'm hoping. I'm in the position, so I'm hoping that you're right. But if I wasn't already in it, I'm not selling it. What I was just trying to say is that, you know, I'm so fundamentally positive about this coin that this little drop here, I'm not going to even play it. I'll just let it happen, you know. And in the future, you know.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, time will tell, right?
It's going to present, and I mean, I think it's a good entry no matter what, where I got it, and I've already made a lot of profit through this channel, so I'm not going to take a risk that we get a huge green candle and I'm just like out of it, you know, and that happens, like I said before, like that's what wrecks a lot of people, like emotionally, is that they were holding, and this has happened to me so many times. I don't know if it's like voodoo. Like you're holding the coin, you're like, okay, it's gonna go, and it doesn't go. You get impatient, you sell it, and then like 10 minutes later, you get like the biggest green candle you've ever seen in your life. So I do believe sometimes that it's better to just hold, you know, and let things happen. But yeah, there is probably a better entry on this one. I think around 130, 129, 113. I'm gonna let you go,
Yeah.
man. You sound anxious.
Yeah, no worries.
But,
you hear the music in the background? It's getting wild.
Yeah, man. Just like start taking tequila shots and pour one out.
I have a beer right in front of me.
Sweet, pour one out in my honor, man. And I'll keep watching these markets.
Alex, more to come, eh? It was a great time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just next time we'll use team viewers, so I can actually converse with what you're saying, because that's what lacked here. Yeah. I would like to thank Jay. Jay really stayed almost the whole time, and
wow. Well, that's
a fantastic trader himself,
Oh, is he? Loyalty.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Well, I really like that's what I'm looking for. I don't want like the masses, to just messing up our trades. Like what I'm looking for is for really professional, like elite TAs that want to learn more and want to bounce ideas off of each other, and that's what the chat's about, really. I'm not a cult leader, like some people out there.
Who want followers and money,
Yeah, no, I'm looking for intelligent people that want to have an intelligent conversation. So, anyways, enjoy your party, and thanks for all the viewers, and hope you guys enjoy this.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Alex, again,
Yeah,
wonderful
absolutely.
time.
We'll keep.
I cannot wait for the next one.
All right, awesome. We'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right, have fun.
Have a great day.
All right, bye.